About 10 years back, I found myself in an interesting situation. I had 3 exams to pass for one of my senior economics classes, and if I didn't pass one of the exams, it would be very hard to pass the class. And if I didn't pass the class, I wouldn't graduate. If I didn't graduate, my parents would literally kill me, and I wouldn't be here speaking with you right now. So what I started doing was Amy Cuddy's power posing technique in the bathrooms. In the bathroom while listening, I remember to ASAP Rocky's song Fashion Killer, and I would power pose. So I would spread my arms out wide like this and was just staring at myself in the mirror, and I must have looked like a nut job when anyone would walk in and see me, and I ended up eventually passing the class. But the reason why this is important is because one of the things that Amy Cuddy says in her talk is that little tweaks have huge changes. Right, 2 minutes of power posing can elevate. 2 minutes of power posing can not only elevate your testosterone and lower cortisol, or stress hormone. So keep that in mind. I walked onto the URI soccer team here, and through to try and raise my performance, I've spent a lifetime reaching out to anyone who I could come to contact with that might help elevate my game and my play. So I got invited to train at Westside Barbell in Ohio, in Columbus, Ohio, with the now deceased the late Louis Simmons. So Louis Simmons, he makes strength equipment for every team in the NFL, and at, I want to say 60 years old, he had one of the highest squats in the whole world, so maybe something like 800 pounds, something crazy. And he invented a machine called it's called reverse hyperextension machine. So after breaking his back twice, he invented a tool that strengthens and restores your spine health. So after learning how to train with him with strength training, I was curious about movement. Could I improve my not only just strength, can I move more effectively? So I went to New York City to train with William C.C. Chen, a Tai Chi master in New York. So there I started doing some Tai Chi, and I took a Tai Chi class while here, which was a lot of fun. But I didn't want to stop there, but I felt that if I kept on continuing to move, that my game, right, as my movement increased, my game would get exponentially better, significantly better. So that the next stop was training with Sri Dharma Mitra. This is a picture of Sri Dharma Mitra. He's 70 years old, and he's standing right on his head. Right, he's a top 10 yoga master, ranked master in the country. So spending some time training with him, really. Right, each little stop on this route to this moment right now has started to elevate not only ideas but movement. So the next stop, right, Kador Zayani invited me to train with him in France, right, where he invited me to learn these sitting positions and stretching positions, 7 postures. Right, he's 49 years old and can still dunk on a 10-foot hoop, right, barefoot. So and lastly, so after learning all these different movement and strength people, I went to go play soccer, and I was terrible, and I thought, I don't get it. I train with all these high-level individuals. How come my game isn't getting better? I'm doing the skills training, I'm doing the drills training, something's missing. A buddy introduced me to someone named David Weck, David Weck, he thinks a lot about movement and locomotion, right? Just controlling your body through time and space. So right now, if you just reach underneath your seat, what you're going to find is an envelope, and inside that envelope is a piece of rope. Now I want you to get out this rope, and I want you to just start swinging it lightly, right? Make some, if everyone stands up and makes some space between themselves so that you don't hit anyone in an eye, that would be not a good time, right? So just spread out. And ever so, right, I just, as long as it's no one's it's painful for anyone to stand, or if anyone has any pain, right, don't do any pain. So, but if you're feeling pain-free, I want to invite you to just swing the rope ever so slowly, like so. Right, so it's the opposite pattern of a jump rope, right? This is called underhand swing, right? This rope, it's about less than $10, and it weighs less than, only a few ounces, right? You saw that it could fit in an envelope, right? So this little tool can start to create some movement in the hands. And why this is important is because your body's connected from fingers to toes, which means as you swing this rope around, you're breathing, and your hand is talking to your brain, and vice versa, right? So now you can begin to start to move your whole body and start to feel, is there tension in my body? Is there pain? Can I bend and twist in different ways? So what happens is this rope starts to become a tool that helps your body talk to itself, right? Because as you start to move in different patterns, it can improve your ability to move in time and space. So I remember one time my little brother was feeling pretty down. He was dealing with some. He had just broken up with his girlfriend, and he was in a state of. He was sad, right? He was bummed out. So against his orders, he told me and my mom not to visit. So we decided to visit anyway, and I made him one of these ropes, and I said, Daniel, I just noticed that when I start to play my favorite song or play some music and start swinging this rope around, I just start to feel better. Right? Tony Robbins says, right, your mind's not feeling good, you got to move the body. So maybe a couple weeks go by, and he says, hey, Andrew, I just want to say thank you, because the rope you gave me, I started swinging around, I really started to feel better. So I realized that this rope is not only a tool that can improve performance in the soccer field, but it's just a lightweight, portable, cheap tool that can change your mood, right? And if you could change your mood, then you could change your ideas. You could change your ideas, you could start to change the world. So as you begin to swing this rope around, right, you're going to notice that you're going to get a better understanding of your body in time and space, right? If you think about the number of injuries and preventable diseases in the United States, heart disease. I think heart disease is the number one leading killer of Americans in the United States, right? I'm 96% sure. So what that means is that this little rope that you can fit in an envelope can start to change not only the lifespan and the health span of the whole world, right? Because as you move in low impact, effortless ways, you can start to, right, a little change can be a multiplier that changes something else, right? So it's my belief that this rope can change the world because movement is life, right? You have to be able to think on your feet when tragedy happens in your life. You have to be able to make decisions effectively, and you have to deal, right, you're going to have to maybe deal with the death of your parents, or the death of friends, or heartbreak, or disappointment. So there are things in life where you need to be able to make decisions, you need to be able to stand up strong, and you need to be able to support not only yourself and your family and friends when they are going through tough times, right? So I want to offer this rope to you because I think as you swing it, it's going to help you improve your life. So if you want to learn how to make one, just search David Weck RMT rope, or you can search how to make an RMT rope. This is my 80-year-old grandmother swinging an RMT rope around, and this is my grandfather who's had a triple bypass surgery training with an RMT rope on one leg. This has tremendous potential, huge opportunity to prevent injuries in elderly and diseases that this simple rope can prevent. So that's just something to keep in mind, that for less than $10 you could help a loved one improve the quality of their life, of their lifespan and their health span.